11.5, which is called two-way frequency tables. There shouldn't be any talking going on. We're all working on this. Okay, one of them says homework, I believe, on it, and the other one does not. So the one that does not say homework is the one that we are doing. Okay. So we are up here paying attention, looking at two-way frequency table. Okay, so we will start with a softball team has two colors of uniforms, blue and white. The coach kept track of the team's record when it was wearing each uniform. The data is shown below. So blue uniform, it won 27 times, it lost 15 times. White uniform wins 13 times, loses 22 times. So the first thing we're going to do is add these things up. 27 and 13 gives us 40. 15 and 22 gives us. Okay, now I'm going to go sideways. 27 and 15 gives me
42.
And 13 and 22 gives me 35. Okay, now we have to double check. Does 42 plus 35, what does that equal?
77.
Okay. Does 40 plus 37 also equal 77?
Yes.
Okay, so that means we did it correctly. Okay, now we are going to go through and answer these questions. How many games did the team play total? 77 games. How many games did the team win?
40.
How many games did the team lose?
37.
Okay. Did the team win more while wearing the blue or a white uniform? Blue. Pretty straightforward, right? Okay. Why don't you guys try the whole thing for NBA Finals right below? I'm going to set my timer for just 5 minutes, and I want you to try to do the NBA Finals one, just this front page, the rest of this.
That's it? That's all the thing?
No.
There's always something.
There's always more, but let's try this first. I want to make sure we got it. Should just be working on this. Okay. So, what are we getting? You guys should get, for total for males, 137. For females, 93. For, how do you say this name, guys? Calves? Calves. 121. For warriors, 109.
What?
Right? And a total of 230. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. How many people answered the question?
130.
How many males answered the question?
137.
How many females answered the question?
93.
Did more males or females support the Cavs? Did more males or females support the Warriors? Yeah. Overall, was there more support for the Cavs or the Warriors? Okay. Questions about how to do this? Are we feeling pretty good?
Yeah.
All right, let's turn it over. New mascot. We have to fill this whole thing out. So let's do it together. A high school is planning to change its mascot, as Ypsilanti Community High School did several years ago. Both students at the school and adults in the community were surveyed to see if they preferred mascot A or mascot B. Overall, 120 people responded. Mascot A was preferred by 37 students. Mascot B was preferred by 41 students and 21 adults. Okay, so we're going to make this one mascot A. This one mascot B. This is students. This is students. Okay, these are some of the totals. Okay, mascot A was preferred by 37 students, so we know that goes there. Mascot B was preferred by 41 students and 21 adults. Overall, 120 people responded. Okay, so let's fill out the things that we know. How many students voted total? 37 plus 41 gives us?
78.
Okay. So 78 plus what would give us 120?
42.
Yeah. Okay, so if this is 21, what does this have to be right here?
Whatever adds to
21, right? Yeah. Okay, so 37 plus 21 gives me 58. 41 plus 21 gives me 62. 58 and 62 gives us 120. Okay? How many adults responded to the survey total?
14.
How many students responded to the survey total?
78.
Which mascot did the adults prefer? Which one did they prefer? Neither.
Mascot A and B.
Neither, right? Because they didn't prefer one over the other.
Oh.
It was either. You need to stop side conversations, please. Which mascots did the students prefer? And overall, which one was preferred the most? Okay, not too bad? Okay, so I'm going to give you less time for this one, but why don't you guys try the next one on your own? Should be real easy. I'm going to give you about, 3 minutes? Okay, 3 minutes starting right now. Try this one on your own. Because they're taking 2 exams. Do you want to take 2 exams? Sound more fair now? If you're done and you've answered all these questions below, you can go ahead and start the next one if you want to see if you can do it. Don't wait for me. Okay, so how many males total voted in this?
90.
How many females total voted for this? Okay, so how many people total?
225.
225. How many people liked veggie burger?
110.
How many people liked veggie pizza?
150.
How many people answered the survey?
225.
How many males answered the survey?
90.
Females.
135.
Did males prefer burgers or pizza?
Burger.
Did females prefer burger or pizza?
Pizza.
Overall, did people prefer the burger or the pizza?
Pizza.
Okay, now we're going to look at something a little bit different. Okay? So far we have done frequency counts in our tables. Often statistics use fractions or ratios, decimals and percentages in our tables. First, let's calculate conditional relative frequency, comparing each category to only the total in that category for men and women. So for example, how many men total?
90.
90. We put that right here. So now we're going to make a fraction and then find the decimal of it and then find the percentage of
What the heck?
it. Okay, so hold on. So veggie burgers. How many men like veggie burgers? It says right here. Over how many men total? Please pay attention and stop having side conversations in my class. 90, right? So now take your calculator out. Go 50 divided by 90. If you want to make sure it shows up as a decimal, hit 50 divided by 90.0. We'll make sure to give you a decimal.
Well, if you put control in.
Sometimes it works and sometimes it goes 50 divided by 90 divided by 90. That's really
Well, and after you do it and it turns into a fraction, you just do control enter again.
okay. I'm telling you that sometimes it shows up as something crazy. What do we get? 50 over 90 gives me?
You said 0.0.
Yeah, or 56%.
Time, yeah, times.
Right? Because with a decimal, you just move it over 2 places. You want to round up and then move it over 2 places. Okay, so for a veggie pizza, we go 40 over 90. And what do I get? Please tell me the percentage.
45. No, 40.
44.
44.
44%.
Hey, but the, yeah, you
But
don't
it would
round
have to
up.
be 5 or above to round up.
Yeah.
Okay, totals. We have 90 over 90, right?
Mhm.
That's 100%. Should be easy each time for that. Okay, females. It's going to be 60 and 75 makes a total of
135.
135. Okay, so we're going to go 60 over 135. That gives me what?
44.
44%. And then we're going to go 75 over 135. That gives me 56%. And we know 135 over 135 gives me 100%. Okay, what percentage of males prefer the veggie pizza? What percentage of male veggie pizza? 44%. What percentage of females preferred the veggie burger?
44.
Okay. Now let's calculate the conditional relative frequency, comparing each category to only the total for the category, for the burgers and pizza. Okay. So, 50 and 60 makes how much?
110.
40 and 75 makes how much? 115. Okay. So here we did only the total males and females. Now we're doing only the total people that picked veggie burgers, only the total that picked veggie pizza. Okay? So men chose 50 out of the 110 people. 50 of them were male. So what percentage is that?
46. No, 45.
45? I got 45. Let me just double check. So we did 50 divided by 110, and I get 45%. Okay. Then we do 60 over 110, and we should get
45. 55.
should get 54%, right?
But the 5.
Oh, we get 55%. Yes. 60 divided by 110 is 54.5, so that 5 makes it round up to 55. Because we do want it to equal how much again? 100%. So 45% and 55% equals 100%, right? Okay. All right, now we're going to do over 115. 40 over 115 gives me how much percent?
35.
35%. And 75 over 115 gives me how much? 65%. But 115 over 115 gives me how much? 100%. Right? Okay. What percent of those who preferred the veggie burgers were men?
45.
45. What percent of those who preferred the veggie pizza was women?
65.
Okay. So we've calculated conditional relative frequency. Conditional relative frequency comparing total for category. Only for total for category for the people. Total for category for the type veggie burger versus pizza. Now we're going to do joint relative frequency. Comparing each category to the overall total.
So it's just 17.
50 and 40 gives us
90.
60 and 75 gives us,
135.
and that total gives us 225. Okay. 50 and 60 is 110. 40 and 75 is 115. Okay. Now we're going to go 50 only over 225. And how much percentage do we get? Okay, then we're going to do 60 over 225, and how much do I get? I get 27. 27, we're okay with that? And then I'm going to go 110 over 225. What do I get?
49.
So I'm going to go 40 over 225, and what do I get? Now I'm going to go 75 over 225, and what do I get? What do I get? 33. And then I'm going to do 115 over 225, and what do I get? 51%. Okay. And then 90 over 225 gives me what?
40. 40. Yeah.
40%. And then 135 divided by 225 gives me
Have to be 50.
because 225 over 225 has to give me 100%. Okay, what percent of the total preferred veggie pizza? 51%. Okay, let's turn this over.
Now it's fractions.
Okay. Home and away. A local baseball stadium was shared by a high school team and a college team. Here are their results from the current season. High school, 11 out of 16 home games they won. 8 out of 14 away games they won. College, 18 out of 26 home games they won. 18 out of 30 away games they won. So let's figure out the percentages of these. Okay? But first, let's figure out the total. How many wins did they have total? How would I figure that out? So what do I get? What do you get?
But you have to be
19 over, not in this case because it's just wins over 30, right? Because we're just adding wins over total games. Okay. College, how many wins did we have total? 36 out of 56. I'm literally adding the tops together and adding the bottoms together. That's it. Okay, so how many wins did they have total at the stadium, college and football? 19 and 36 makes 55. Total games that were played, 56 and 30, which gives me 86. Okay. Total games that were played at home were 42. 11 and 18 means they had 29 out of 42 of the home games. Okay. 8 and 18 makes 26. 14 and 30 makes 44. I know it's weird because we're adding fractions and we're not making a like denominator, right? But you've got to think about what it is. It's wins over total number of games. So we can just add them across. Then we just figure out the percentages. 11 over 16 gives me 69%. 18 over 26 gives me 69%. 29 over 42 gives me 69%. 8 over 14 gives me 57%. 18 over 30 gives me 60%. And 26 over 44 gives me 59%. Total. The high school total wins was 63%. The college total wins was 64%. The total wins over numbers of games was 64%. How many total games did the high school team play? 30. Okay? Total games, not percentages. How many total games did the college team play?
56.
How many total games were played away?
44.
How many games were played at home? What?
I know, I don't know why you get these numbers.
but it's total.
Yes. So how many games did high school win? 19. Remember, it's wins over total games.
Yeah.
How many did they lose then? What's 30 minus 19? 11. How many games did the college team win?
36.
How many did they lose? 20. How did I find out that it was 20? What did I do?
Subtracted the wins.
From the total amount of games, right? What percentage of home games did the high school team win? 69.
Wow. Oh, percentage.
Home games, right? What percentage of the college team's games were played away? What percentage of the college team games, not the wins, what percent were played away? No. How many games were played away, guys? 30 games were played away. College team. How many games were played total? Over 56. 30 over 56 is how much? 54%. That was hard because we had to do a couple different things. Okay, let's do this last one and then you guys can start your homework. Okay? A local movie theater is trying to decide if it should have more showings in the afternoon or in the evening on Saturdays. It polled several teens and adults and asked whether they'd prefer to go to the movies in the afternoon or evening of Saturdays. Here are the results. 90 teens prefer the afternoons. 50 prefer the evenings. That's a total of 140. 20 adults preferred the afternoons. 40 preferred the evenings. That's a total of? Okay. How many total preferred afternoons? 110. How many total preferred evenings? How many people were polled? 200. What percent of teens preferred the afternoon? So it says teens, so what should go on the bottom?
90
Wait. Teens, how many teens are there total? How many preferred the afternoon? So 90 divided by 140 is what? 64%. Percentage of adults that preferred evenings. So how many adults are there total? How many preferred evenings? 40 divided by 60 gives me how much percent? 40 divided by 60, I'm getting lots of different answers. What do I? 66%. You can round it up to 67, that's fine. What percent of respondents preferred afternoons?
110.
So I'm going to put 110 over 200, and what do I get? I get 55%. What percent of all respondents preferred evenings?
90.
Over, which is 45%. Right here, total people that preferred evenings. And then over the total amount. Okay. You have the rest of the hour to work on your quizzes. Your homework. Shh. You have the rest of the hour to work on your homework. Please be quiet, ladies and gentlemen, so I can get through what I need to say. But I am going to pass back quizzes. So you should be working